The moment my wife said, I want a baby, but with my ex's DNA, I didn't raise my voice. I reached into my work bag and slid a manila envelope onto the table. Divorce papers I'd been carrying for months, waiting for her to prove I wasn't paranoid. Her name is Callie. Her ex is Reed, the one she dated for 4 years back in college. Last spring, she ran into him at an alumni mixer and came home glowing in a way that didn't include me. At first, I told myself it was harmless nostalgia. Then the texting started. Constant pings, little laughs at her screen. Phone flipped over the second I walked into the room. Who's that? I'd ask. Just old friends, she'd say, too quickly. 3 months later, her phone lit up while she was in the shower. Reed's name, the preview. Can't stop thinking about what you said. Miss you too. My stomach dropped. I didn't confront her. Not because I was scared, but because I needed to know what I was dealing with before I moved. So I paid attention. Reed started showing up everywhere, like a ghost she was feeding. Reed loved this place. Reed always said that. It was subtle enough to deny, constant enough to count. I felt like I was competing with a memory she kept polishing. Meanwhile, we were deep into fertility talks. We'd been trying for 2 years with no luck. Tests said everything was fine, which somehow made it worse. No diagnosis, no fix, just waiting. IVF was next, and I was on board. I wanted a child with my wife. Callie's excitement, though, felt off. She wasn't excited about us becoming parents. She was excited about being a parent, period. 4 months ago, I found the thing that changed everything. Callie left her laptop open when she ran to the store. Mine was dead. I needed to print a form. I clicked the wrong tab and landed on an email draft to a fertility clinic I'd never heard of, hours away, not the one we'd discussed. The subject line mentioned stored genetic material. The message asked about using our frozen samples from a prior IVF cycle with a former partner. Before she met me, Callie and Reed did one round of IVF that failed. They had leftover material in storage, and Callie had been paying the storage fees this whole time through our relationship and 5 years of marriage without telling me. I didn't explode. I screenshot everything, saved it where she couldn't delete it, and called a lawyer the next day. Over the next months, I documented what kept piling up. Text previews when she left her phone unlocked, emails, searches like using ex's DNA for IVF with new husband, and legal rights for stored genetic material. My lawyer drew up divorce papers. I kept them in my work bag because part of me still hoped she'd come clean and stop. Then last Tuesday, she finally said it out loud. We were eating Thai takeout, her pad Thai, my green curry, when she pushed her plate away. I want to talk about the baby stuff, she said. Okay, I said, calm on the outside, pounding on the inside. I've been thinking about IVF, she continued. I want to use donor DNA, specifically the samples already in storage from my previous cycle. I set my fork down. From Reed, she blinked. Surprised I knew, then relieved. You know, good, that makes this easier. And then she started selling it like a spreadsheet. It was already there. No donor matching, the genetics were known. He's tall, smart, athletic. He's your ex, I said. The one you've been texting for months. It's not like that, she snapped. We're friends. He's supportive. He'd sign away parental rights. No strings. It's just biological material. I stared at her. You want me to raise a child that's biologically you and him after hiding this for years, and you're calling it practical. She leaned back, frustrated. You're making it weird. No, I said quietly. You made it final. I reached into my work bag and pulled out the envelope. When she saw petition for dissolution of marriage across the first page, her face went through confusion, shock, then anger. What is that? She demanded. Divorce papers, I said. I've been carrying them for months, waiting to see if you'd actually go through with this. You've been planning to leave? She said, like I was the betrayal. You've been planning a future I'm not part of, I replied. I'm just responding to reality. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Love doesn't require you to erase yourself to keep it.